Hi there, welcome back to the channel. So hopefully everyone's doing well out there in Zoom land with their projects and whatever else they're working on. I am busily working on this vocal track and it's a real tough one. So I wanted to do a quick update just so people wouldn't think I disappeared and I'd gotten slack. Probably have gotten a little slack, but I haven't disappeared. I'm just working on this thing and it is, man, it is a pain. So, as you remember, if you watched any of the last videos about getting ready to do the vocal, I decided to sing the verse, then sing the chorus on another track, mainly because there's a moment of overlap. It won't matter live, especially if I have other people singing, bass player and drummer, and they usually sing. And so that would be okay, and I can even cover it live, because you're doing different things live. There's like a different energy. But on the recording, I want to be able to completely finish that last line, the last, moment, and then come in with the chorus. And the chorus is kind of different. Oddly, the chorus is sung lower than the verse. So that there needs to be some kind of special transition there as well. And so the big challenge is just getting the voice warmed up. I have not been singing live. Singing live is the best way. You just won't be ready to sing. Have not been singing live, so I don't have that kind of advantage. So when I came in here, I realized, okay, totally doable. No reason to panic, because sometimes you start thinking, this isn't even going to work, and now screwed the song off, screwed it up and wasted all this time. And maybe the song is not any good, and that could be the case. You go through these fears and machinations, inside your mind as you're, or at least I do. So, but I'm prepared to deal with the reality, that the song isn't good, and then I just move on. I'm always prepared for that. It's not like these things are precious or anything. They're just songs, or attempts at songs. So I could deal with all the disappointment and all that. But when I came in here, I feel like I have it. I just have to make sure that I fully finish that verse. Really sing it out. Then I'm going to come in with the chorus on a completely separate track. Because each of these verses is extremely challenging, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'll sing one. My voice is already kind of fried. Been in here for about an hour doing this already, and it's challenging. So, and I used up all my water, which I didn't expect. That lets me know I'm done for the night, because I would need like a whole nother thing of these to get through all this. Mainly just, keep the voice lubricated, especially for this high stuff. The thing I'm trying to avoid is like getting screechy, just having an annoying vocal that everybody just goes, what? So that's the challenge, making it not be completely terrible. So anyway, here we go. Let me just show you the first verse. So I got to sing 3 verses. 3 standard choruses, and then 2 longer sort of second choruses, and those are even challenging. All of it's high. Like, I didn't realize it was so high when I was writing it. Anyway, so here's the let me just show you what I'm trying to do. I would just play it back, but I'll go ahead and sacrifice myself on camera here. Alright, so let me just take it back and show you the challenge. There's a little false start of the guitar, then I hear a 1. I give myself a little cue, 1. And then you got to be right on that riff. At first I had the riff turned way down, just because, usually you want to have everything quiet so you can hear what's going on. But for some reason, having it cranked up made me feel more comfortable, and like I was able to sing into it more than just sort of singing. It's different from usual, so I'm actually going to crank it up even more thinking about that and just kind of try to sink into it, and really feel it. Alright, so here's an attempt, and I'm only going to do it probably once just so I don't strain anything, because I think tonight's work has been good as far as building up the muscles. Alright, here we go. There's a riot going on in my head, yeah. There's a riot going on, gonna go on and on and on and on. There's a light that's turning on in my head, yeah. There's a light that's turning on, gonna turn on and on and on and on. Okay, and then right there when I stopped, when I kind of closed my hand, I heard the little riff that signifies that first chorus. So you have to be able, go on and on and on and on. You have to be able to completely finish that. All right, so let's see if that sounds terrible. Turn off this mic because that'll feed back. This should be working. Uh-oh. Let me turn this off so it doesn't go ka-clunk and hurt your ears at home. Okay, here we go. I'm going to fast forward past the test riff. There's a light going on in my head. There's a light going on and on and on and on. There's a light that's turning on in my head. There's a light that's turning on, gonna turn on and on and on and on. Okay, so you see how as soon as I say on, you go excited. Got to be right there. So that's going to be a separate track. So the plan now, and you can see how that's right on the edge of straining. It's just a big challenge. But I'm going to stay in here tonight and work on it after I turn off the camera, so that the next time I come in here, it's going to be nothing. That you won't hear that little top end. We got to get past that, and that means working out. Anytime you have to exercise a muscle, to get it better, it's just like our body muscles. You just got to work on it. Just keep working it up, relax, rest, let it rebuild. Same thing with the voice. Okay, so you see what the challenge is now. So gonna sing each verse, just get each one at a time. I'll do it on camera, take my time, and just get each of those verses good so that there's no screeching. Everything just sounds clean and exactly the way I'm envisioning it, like a kind of a Robert Plant thing now. And then I can also sing a low harmony to kind of beef it up, give it a little rasp underneath, maybe. And that might come in on the second and third verse. Maybe I'll let this first one stand alone. I don't know, it all sounds so raucous. I think you can kind of just do everything right at first. It's just like it sounds like a lot of sound. It's kind of busy. And that's the other thing I got to be careful about. I don't want it to turn into cacophony, like just a bunch of sounds going all crazy. And that brings me to the other thing I wanted to discuss, just something that is like a head game that can happen when you're recording. I've been going through kicking myself recently, man, you still haven't gotten live shows off the ground. You've still got, here it is April, and you still have 2 more songs to record, plus I want to re-record another song, and then I'm trying to get this song. So I had a moment of discouragement, a moment of frustration with myself, but ultimately I have to separate all that, and it's a mental game, separate all that and deal with the reality of the situation and just get the work done and stop making so many expectations. So I was hoping that maybe mentioning that would help somebody out there if they're tripping on something. The best way to solve that is just to keep moving forward, and the trip will stop because you'll solve it. The live shows are going to come. The record's going to get finished. I'm not going to turn 70 by the time the record's done. I'll be 56 when the record's done. It's okay. Nobody's waiting for it. But even though nobody's waiting for it, and I'm not on a major label schedule or anything like that anymore, I don't have a big management company keeping me on that wheel. I've got to keep the wheel rolling myself, and I have to adjust the wheel. It doesn't have to move as fast as it once did. But I don't want to just fall into a low productive path, where you just kind of barely getting stuff done. So I feel like I got to whip myself into shape a little bit, stop letting the head game, happen, stop comparing myself to myself in the past or to any other situation that I may be viewing out there. I've got to do what works, for me. So hopefully that little moment of self-realization might help somebody else out there who might have some kind of similar thought in their head, especially if you're at home doing it on your own. There's just kind of this lonely factor that kicks in, like the loneliness of the long distance runner. And I'm a long distance runner too. It's weird. I must find things to do that are kind of solitary and sort of have a frustrating quality to them, because running's like that. You're never going to get there, All right, so maybe that's the whole lesson, is that you're never going to get there. You should just be doing things and not worrying about, the end result as much. So anyway, just want to let you know that I'm here working, got a big challenge, but the best way to take on a big challenge is to take it on, especially once you've been able to build yourself up emotionally, because it's difficult if you got something in your head that's bugging you. But if you can work past that, get the emotional part right, then it's just a matter of things like vocal mechanics and when you're playing an instrument, just the muscle memory type stuff. All right, so we can work through all our problems, we can work through all our issues, we can remove barriers and not let things slow us down. And if they do slow us down, sometimes you just got to go slow for a minute, and then you pick up the pace again once you start, getting rolling down the hill. All right, so hopefully everybody's doing well with their projects. Hopefully everyone's getting past their tough vocal tracks and their tough, guitar parts or drum parts or whatever it is, keyboards, synthesizer. Everything's difficult, but it's all worth doing. So I hope everybody that's watching is getting satisfaction and fulfillment from their work. And if there is anything I can do, please contact me, because my favorite thing about the channel is the interaction, and it feels good to help people. Like if they bring something up and you can actually do something real quick, it's pretty neat. It gives you a feeling of satisfaction, which is so far my favorite part of the whole channel. Is the documentation of the music is obviously the whole point of it, but the interaction and getting the chance to assist people has a very satisfying quality to it. It's like I don't know, it's just really good, and I think it's much more positive than like selling stuff, at least for me. All right, thank you. Next time. A quick postscript. I had a little awesome breakthrough just now. So after I turned off the camera, I went back to the song that I said I was going to have to re-record, and because I've been thinking that, even though I dig the song, it's actually the song that opens the channel. It's like, BAM! And everything worked out well energy-wise. There was just issues, and I could probably replace the drums. That might be something that could be done, but once again, it's like energy, it's hard to go back and do that kind of thing because it messes up the original thing. But anyway, I turned it on just to reassess it one last time, because I was thinking about re-recording it, and one of the last things that was bugging me was the sound of the snare drum, and so I went down to the snare and just hit pan EQ, just brought the treble down on all of the drums. So I have 8 tracks of drums. It's 4 tracks that I double. Brought the EQ level. So if I had it at like 5, and I think I pushed up the bass to get more bass. So I had that at like 10, maybe up to 12 on some of them. And on the highs, I just rolled them down to like 1, 2. I think one of them I had on 2, another one on 3. So all of a sudden, the snare just suddenly didn't have that annoying kind of boxy tone. Who knows why? Played with a few other things. Removed the acoustic guitar. That might be another thing that's kind of cluttering things up. Some of it sounds cluttered, and but the point of all of it is that I'm excited because I think I can just live with what's there as opposed to doing that whole re-record job. So now, with the remaining time that I have to finish this song, I've got to, get through this vocal. Like as you have seen already, the challenge that I'm facing with that. Finish that, do a little guitar solo. In the meantime, I've got to write one more song. Then once that one's going, I can write another one. But if I could just get one song to pop, so that's the challenge. Hopefully the next time I'm on camera and I'm doing the vocal, I'll be letting everyone know that I've got another song so I can go right into that one. Because like I said, if I eliminate the need to record this one, all that's left of those 2 songs, then I can wrap this record out. It's becoming important to me to finish this soon because I don't want to be one of those people that's just always on a project and nothing's getting done. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's what I was trying to say earlier.
don't want to do that. I don't want to be like, you know, on a perpetual loop of just grinding towards nothing, you know. Got to stay off that and get on a progress path that has like a goal at the end of it, like, you know, some kind of reward, even if it's minimal. All right. Thank you so much for listening to my, you know, psychological babble. Next time.